My name remains Mazi from Olu province of Biafra land. Today is the 6th day of September in the year of our Lord 2021. Without wasting time, we are going to hand over the platform to the HOD, the head of the Directorate, Mazi Chika Edoziem. Please, over to you and welcome to the program. Go on, please.
Thank you very much, Mazi Jonathan. Can you hear me, please?
The whole world is hearing you. Go on.
All right. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and good night to you all great Biafrans, wherever you may be at this very hour. My name is Mazi Chika Edoziem. I come from IPOB. IPOB is in Olu province of Biafra land. By the grace of Elohim, merciful Chika, from I serve the great and wonderful people of Biafra in the Directorate of State as the head of Directorate. Once again, today I bring you greetings from the supreme leader of this great movement, Onyendu Mazi Kanu. I bring you very warm greetings from him, because you of us, irrespective of his incarceration, we are all in his prayers, we are all in his thoughts. And for that, I wish to encourage Biafrans again to continue to supplicate to him, to continue to commend our leader Onyendu Mazi into the hand of Chukwuka that Okike may continue to be with him, continue to preserve, protect him, and of course bring him out so that he may continue the work which Elohim has mandated him, so that Biafra shall be a restored, sovereign, and independent nation on his command, of course. Tonight, there are one or two issues that I need to speak on very, very importantly. Very, very important, I hasten to say and add again. We have heard, and it has come to our knowledge, the statement that is credited to the mask wearer in Asherok, the person who claimed to be Muhammadu Buhari, when a man who calls himself a president of a country will come out and make such unguarded statements, then it is time for Biafrans to be at alert. It is time for us to be at alert, because we can read the handwritings on the wall. The impostor in Asherok said that IPOB worldwide are stockpiling weapons all over the zoo. And I laughed. But after laughing, in a reflection, I was like, wait a minute. Something is going on here. And what is going on here is that I wish to alert Biafrans at this moment that the way that countries have been initially accused of one crime or the other is always the precursor to attacking that country. And now, what this impostor is trying to do is to paint the Biafran people in a manner that will influence the views of the international community. What this impostor is trying to do is to justify his continued massacre of Judeo-Christians who are Biafrans, and of course the people we call Ndi Omenala, those who worship the African and traditional religion, or who follow the African traditional religion. Of course, they don't worship the religion, they worship Okike through the ways of our ancestors, do the ways of our fathers. That is what Biafra is made of. Biafra is a nation made up of Judeo-Christians and, of course, the traditional religionists. And all of us, be whether it is those practicing the Jewish faith, whether it is Christians, and whether it is the Omenana people, the traditional religionists, we are all victims. We are all victims to the madness that is going on under the watch of the impostor in Asurok, who calls himself Muhammad Buhari. Of course, we know that Buhari is long gone. I believe by now, in fact, the termites have they have fed, of course, fed on his carcass. It is only his bones that remains. But people are still going around claiming to be Buhari. What happened to Buhari will happen to them. And Chukwuabiama shall bear us witness. So what I'm trying to tell Biafrans this night is for them to understand that for Buhari to come out, or the impostor to come out to say that IPOB are stockpiling weapons all over the zoo, they are preparing the ground for their onslaught. They are preparing their ground for the onslaught upon the Christians, upon Biafran Christians. They are preparing their onslaught against the Jewish Biafrans that we have, those who are practicing Jewish faith. They are preparing their ground for their attack on those who follow our traditional way of worshiping Chukwuabiama. So all of us, it does not matter whether you belong, which religion you worship Chukwuokike through. You are in the view of the plans of the Fulani Caliphate to emasculate us, first economically, which they have wonderfully done with all the politicians seeing nothing and hearing nothing. They have economically emasculated us. Now their next line of action is the extermination of the Biafran populace. Our race, if you do not know it today, being the 6th day of September 2021, that the Biafran race is not only in danger of extinction, there is a well made out plan to actually bring that to happen, and it is happening. So our people, you must be at alert, and you must be aware of your surroundings. Now, after saying that the Biafran people, that the indigenous people of Biafrans are stockpiling weapons all over the zoo, and I asked, for what weapon are we stockpiling, for what purpose, if I may ask? But that is a question for another day. But after all these unguarded statements, this impostor who is holding the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra in incarceration in the dungeon of the DSS. This impostor who has spilled the blood of uncountable number of Biafran youths. This impostor who is actively supporting the terrorists, Fulani herdsmen who are pillaging and, of course, destroying our farmlands, raping and killing our mothers, our daughters, our wives, and our sisters. This impostor has the temerity, the unction to say that he wants to come to Biafra land. Specifically, the Supreme Court administrator, the man that has no shame. He is there gallivanting that he is a governor. What governor? You need to be ashamed of yourself that you are in fact a quota administrator, not even a governor. A quota, because that is how they do it in the zoo. Our children will go to sit for examination, and if they make 130 over 140, they may not even be given an opportunity to go to be admitted into the unity schools, the so-called unity schools they have in the zoo. But somebody who did not even sit for the exam, or who actually have just only appeared in the exam, wrote his or her name, at the end of the day, they will be given the opportunity, they will be given the chance above those who made actually the real scores for and who are for that matter who are qualified to be admitted into these unity schools. But no, that is the same person you have in Imo State as the administrator, because he's a quota. He comes from number 4, and then suddenly they catapult you to be number 1. That is why what is happening in our land is against, not only against the land, but against the spirit of our ancestors. And we must not simply keep quiet and watch these people desecrate the holy land of Biafra. We will not keep quiet and watch these people decimate our youth. We will not keep quiet and watch these people spit and urinate upon the grave of millions that they have killed, they have murdered, because they are Christian Biafrans, because they are Jewish faith believing Biafrans, because they are those who worship Elohim through our traditional ways. We have it on good information. We have it that the impostor in Asurok will be visiting Imo State on the 9th of September. That should be on Thursday. And we are telling him he is not welcome. Impostor that is ruling the zoo in the name of Muhammad Buhari, you are not welcome in Biafra land. You are not welcome in Imo State. And we are making it very, very clear to those Biafrans in Imo State that this man must not step his foot on the holy land of Biafra. And what I'm going to do, I am specifically directing these to those who call themselves traditional custodians of our cultures and tradition. Those who call themselves Edoziem. If you address yourself as Edoziem in Imo State, make sure you do not show your face in any ceremony that is being organized by the quota system administrator in Imo State for the impostor in Aso Rock. If you are a PG, that is President General of Power Unions in Imo State, make sure that you do not show your face to any ceremony that the Supreme Court administrator in Imo State will be organizing for the impostor in Aso Rock. Make sure you do not show your face on that day. And for the generality of Biafrans, he will tell this man that land of Biafra belongs to us. The land of Biafra is the land of the ancients. The land of Biafra is our inheritance. And impostor Muhammad Buhari is not welcome in Biafra land. On this day, the 9th of September 2021, we shall lock down Biafra, and the whole of Biafra land shall be locked down. The whole of Biafra land shall be locked down on the 9th of September 2021. We must show Buhari that he cannot arrest, he cannot kidnap, he cannot rendition our leader Onyedumazi Nnamdi Kanu and keep him in the dungeon, underground dungeon of the DSS, and then want to come to our land to laugh at us and to urinate upon the grave of the brave heroes who stood for the life that we live this very day. 9th of September 2021 shall be and is hereby declared a sit-at-home day for the whole of Biafra land, and it shall be implemented. It shall be implemented. This, I'm making this that everybody should know now. Biafrans must understand that this man has nothing. He has nothing that he's looking for in our land. If after this broadcast, because we are going to shut down Biafra land on the 19th, and they postpone their jamboree, we will also, the day that he will come to Biafra land, to Imo State, we shall continue to lock down even any day that he comes to Biafra land. Any of Biafra land shall be, we will declare a sit at home. This man cannot come to our land, and he is not welcome in our land. Therefore, I once again want to, make it very, very, very clear to our traditional custodians and those of them who are the president, especially in Imo State. Mark you this day, 6th of September 2021. Do not show your face. Do not show your face, even if they want to come the following day to a day before this program to come and pick you up with their vehicles. Do not show your face on any event that is being held for the killer of our people, for the man who has arrested our leader, who is incarcerating him, who is not allowing our lawyers to visit him. We do not want to see him in Biafra land. If you try to become part of this, then of course you shall answer to the Biafran people. You shall answer to the Biafran people. The day of reckoning is gradually coming closer, and the quota system administrator in Imo State, the quota system administrator in Imo State, who has gone to Sokoto to be top man, and who is making some noise that he will force our women to marry Fulani people. We are waiting for you. I tell you now, the day of reckoning shall come. You shall answer to the Biafran people, and on that day, nobody will be able to save you. There is something that I need to speak tonight as well, and it is a concern to the leadership of IPOB. And that is this: we have suspended the weekly sit at home. The initial announcement of weekly, monthly sit at home by IPOB leadership, we have suspended it. Why am I saying this tonight? I am saying this tonight because the reports that we are receiving that people are destroying properties of Biafrans in the name of enforcing the Monday sit at home. These are not IPOB people. These are not IPOB family members. These are not ESN. We have not sent anybody to enforce the Monday weekly sit at home. We have not sent anybody. Therefore, anybody who is destroying properties that belong to Biafrans, you are on your own. And if the people decide to do anything to you, you are on your own. IPOB cannot and have nothing to do with that. I want to make this very clear. And like I said, we shall be informing Biafrans of the actions that we have lined up. And some of these actions may be like the one that we are going to have on the night of this month, being Thursday. Some of these actions may be, as situations develop, we will of course do what is needed to be done. And that is the reason why we are saying here this night. And I'm saying this night that Muhammad, the impostor in the name of Muhammad Buhari, is not welcome in Imo State. He is not welcome in Biafra land, and he better stay away from Biafra land. But Biafrans know how to deal with such people like you. Therefore, on the night, the day you will come, you will see it. Even if you come, you will see that Biafrans have rejected everything that has to do with the zoo. We have rejected the zoo 1,000,000 times more than 100 years back ago. And we will continue to reject it until we have established our sovereign and independent Biafran nation. What I have said about people who are going about destroying people's property, Biafrans must take note of this, because that nobody, we know the hands of the enemy who are working to find a way to stigmatize IPOB leadership. They are looking for a way to dent the image of this hallowed movement that only the Martin and the kind of put together. People, enemies, are trying so hard to dent our image, but we cannot sit back. We cannot fold our hands and allow them to destroy what we have built with sweat and blood. Heaven will forbid, our ancestors will forbid it, to the land of Biafra, here forbid. We are still reading the Psalms, great Biafra. We are still reading the Psalms, and today is the 99th day of our Psalms reading. As our leader has each and every one of us in his prayers and thoughts, so also I am asking each and every one of us to continue in the reading of the Psalms, because it is drawing closer. It is drawing closer, and heaven shall bear witness that we did what is commanded of us. And our children and children's children, they shall tell the stories in the years to come, that these people, they came, and Chukwukabiama was with them, and Chukwukabiama is yours, and victory for us is a certain outcome to this struggle which we have embarked upon. I am also this evening reiterating and once again telling every principal officer, if you are IPOB principal servant, don't let yourself be deceived. Don't let yourself be deceived. It is my desire that all of you who have worked tenaciously, it is my hope that all of you principal servants and non-principal servants alike who have contributed your time, energy, ideas, and means in this struggle. It is my hope that all of you who have assiduously committed to be loyal to the leader of this great movement, Mazi, that you do not allow yourself to be deceived by anyone. There is no coordinator who shall or who will take instructions if not from a coordinator of a higher rank. I am repeating this because by the time you will see yourself in a difficult situation and sanctions are beginning to be implemented, don't say that you were not warned. Don't say that you did not know. I have said it before. I am repeating it again. If you still have your loyalty to Onyendu, the leader of this movement, who is in charge of this very great movement, if you are loyal to him, you must follow orders. If you're not loyal to him, that is fine. That is your cup of tea. That is your prerogative. But you must step aside. Step aside from using IPOB as a cover. Step aside from answering a principal officer in IPOB, and you are at the liberty to pursue Biafra the way you desire, the way you wish, the way you want, the way you know how to. And of course, we will support you wholeheartedly, but under indigenous people of Biafra. If you are within this great family, if you are part of this great family, you must follow instructions, you must obey directives, and you must carry out your duty as you are expected to carry them out, because you are serving the Biafran people, and we do not have time for gossips that is going on everywhere on social media. That is not where you get your information. If anything is not clear to you as a principal servant, ask your next level superior. Ask your next level superior in the coordination hierarchy, and they will give you the answers you require. But if you feed yourself with junk and then you begin to go to your forums to disseminate these junks, you are not doing yourself any good, and you are not doing the people who are under you any good service at all. And we will not let you continue to deceive any of them. Therefore, I will not say exactly what will follow, but I am hoping that tonight and on this date, all of us will advise ourselves properly, that all of us will advise ourselves properly. Wonderful and hard-working Biafrans, I commend all of you for your tenacity so far. I commend all of you for your commitment. In fact, I commend many of you for your words of encouragement. Many of you have given us your words of encouragement as we face this difficult time together. I want to let you know that those words of encouragement, those prayers that you have been praying for us, they are really, really coming handy for us. And I wish to ask you to continue in that path, because our objective is before us. And we all know that our objective, that immediate objective that we have today at this moment is that Onyendu, our leader, must be released unconditionally. Onyendu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, must be released sooner than later, so that he shall continue on the path to the restoration of the kingdom of Chukwu on earth. Biafra for us is not just a name. Biafra is our identity. Biafra is our heritage. And of course, Biafra is a religion to most of us. And it is only Chukwu who alone is worthy of praise and worship. Elohim, the Almighty Creator. It is only to Him that we bow down our heads, and unto Him we kneel and bow our knees. Into His hand I commit our leader Mazi Kanu. May Chukwu Abiyama hasten that he will rejoin us sooner than later. May Chukwu Abiyama strengthen him. May Chukwu Abiyama cover him under his protective wings and grant him wisdom as he granted Solomon. And upon all of us who are standing in for him at this very moment, I also ask Chukwu to grant us wisdom to do what is right. I ask Chukwu to grant us wisdom to walk in truth and in all honesty according to the oath we have taken for this struggle. And I ask Chukwu to guide our feet properly and lighten our paths, that we may lead the Biafran people in all truth, in all honesty, towards the restoration of our sovereign nation, Biafra. I wish to say from me, from here, thank you, great Biafrans, and good night to all of you. Thank you.
May